After a decade, we finally get in the Avatar 2 Way of the Water movie directed by James Cameron. Who survived the Battle of the Home Tree? Is Jake now the leader of the Na'vi people? I will be breaking down the ending of the Avatar before the Way of the Water premieres. Make sure to subscribe us to get more movie reviews in the future. Avatar takes place in the year 2154 and humans have moved on from Earth to outer space, colonizing worlds like Pandora, which was a moon-orbiting gas giant in the Alpha Centauri galaxy. The movie starts off with the main character Jake Sully, who was a paraplegic former Marine, finding out his identical twin brother has been killed. Jake's twin brother was a scientist on Pandora who are researching about the planet and the Na'vi people. Humans can walk and communicate and learn their ways using Na'vi hybrids called Avatar. Jake goes to Pandora instead his twin brother to control the avatars, and he joins with Dr. Grace Augustine, the head scientist, Norm Spellman and marine pilot Trudy on their research mission. RDA Administrator Parker Selfridge points out to Dr. Grace the only reason that humans came to Pandora because of a mine called unobtainium, which can be cells for millions on Earth. With the Jake's marine history, the head of security, Colonel Miles Cartridge, offers Jake a deal to find out about the Na'vi people and their ways, and he makes sure Jake will get his legs back. Jake's connection with the Na'vi civilization didn't go as he expected, because he meets a Na'vi woman named Natiri and he fell in love with her while he learns Na'vi ways, and he forgets he is a spy for RDA and he forgets his mission. Jake stops down a construction mission for RDA and they found out their own spy is betraying them, and after that Colonel Miles goes and takes down Jake. At the end of the movie, RDA orders to take down the home tree of the Na'vi people because of the unobtainium beneath the home tree. Because of the Jake's reports to the RDA, they had the full idea about the home tree. While Miles is going to attack the home tree, Jake tells Parker to give him a chance to convince the Na'vi people to get them out of the home tree. After confessing about the spying, Natiri and the other tribe members turn against after Jake. Even he considers him as a Na'vi.
I trusted you.
Colonel Miles destroys the Na'vi home tree quickly using different military plans, massive guns and numerous soldiers, and quickly overpowered the tribe. During the battle, many lives of Na'vi tribes lost, including Natiri's father, the clan leader Eitukan. Jake and Dr. Grace and Norm was rescued by Trudy from the base, and while they were escaping, Colonel Miles shoots at them and Dr. Grace got shot near the helicopter. Jake and Norm moves the mobile Na'vi Avatar link near the Hallelujah mountain so the Colonel and his army cannot track them. Jake needed something too big to regain the trust of the Na'vi people, Natiri and the new chief Sute. Jake bonds with Taruk, a huge dragon-like beast related to the smaller banshees. With this act, Na'vi tribe understands Jake is a part of the tribe and he respects their culture and he wants to be the one of them. And Jake convinced Natiri and Sute to convince the other tribes to fight back against the RDA and banish them from Pandora. Before going out to unite the clans, Jake has one request from the Moat, that save Grace, who were still suffering from the gunshot wounds. Moat tries to transfer the soul of the Grace to her avatar body using the Tree of Souls. Na'vi people always believed all life of Pandora is connected via a biological neural network. The Na'vi considered it more of a spiritual connection than a scientific one. The Tree of Voices allows the living Na'vi to hear the memories of their ancestors, while the Tree of Souls is said to be the closest connection to Eva, the guidance force of Pandora, who Na'vi people worship as God. The transaction between the Grace's body and her avatar didn't go as planned because of her body was weak and she dies at the end. Before she died, she tells to Jake she is with Ava and the connection is real. While Jake and the tribes is getting ready for the final battle, Jake goes for Ava and asks helps to win this battle. This shows us Jake is now fully turned himself as a Navi. The final battle sets with many RDA gunships, soldiers and lots of Navi tribes. During the battle, at a moment when it looks like the Navi might be defeated once again, suddenly lots of animals from throughout the planet joins the fight. We can see Ava has answered the Jake's prayers, and we can understand the creatures of Pandora are capable of more complex decisions as they came to fight with the RDA because of they knew their life is also getting an impact from this battle. While numerous animals joins with the Navi people eventually led to the RDA's defeat and the return of the Pandora. During this epic battle, Trudy switches sides as well, but at the end her plane gets shot down. Omaticaya Chief Sute is also mortally wounded in the battle, but at the end of the battle he asks Jake to end his suffering and passes the tribe leadership on to Jake. Scientist Norm Spellman survives in the battle, but his avatar body gets shot down and he lives in Pandora as his human life form. Colonel Miles, who was a brutal person throughout the movie, becomes a more sinister violent person, and at the end of the final battle he heads down to the Hallelujah Mountains where Jake's human body is connected to the avatar body through the pod, and he tries to disconnect it and kill Jake. But this was interrupted by Neytiri riding her new Tanto. But Colonel kills the Tanto and traps Neytiri with his body. Jake comes to the fight with the Colonel and he was about to crush Jake. With use of his AMP suit, Neytiri launches two giant arrows through the Colonel's chest. After that, Neytiri meets Jake for the first time as his human body form. After the battle, many of the humans were banished from Pandora, but Jake wants to stay. Jake doesn't even consider himself as a human anymore because he spent so much time as one of the Navi, learning and embracing their ways with the strong love with Neytiri. Jake decided to transfer his human soul for his Navi avatar by using the Tree of Souls via their neural networks. The closing shot of the movie, Jake's avatar opening his eyes, showing us that Jake is now a true Navi. Avatar became so much successful and the most highest box office movie all the time because of it was an interesting movie that opened deep up to a new world and a new era for the audience. The motion capture technology and 3D definitely impacted the film industry. James Cameron got so immersed in this world building and there are plans for another 4 additional movies. Regardless of the sequels, Avatar showed us a new era of cinematic experience, so it's exciting to see what Cameron and Pandora plan for us in the Avatar Way of the Water, which debuts in December 2022. Hope you love the video and make sure to hit that subscribe and like button and let me know what you thought about the video and the movie in the comment section.